What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the MixedupMike Show, the only show that brings you both interviews and live DJ sets in one place. And I have a very special guest here today with me, Exzackto. How are you doing, Exzackto? How's everything going?
I'm doing really good. Hardstyle has been picking up. AMF has been treating me really well. And we're excited, and I'm excited to continue this chapter this year.
That's awesome, man. We're going to have to play back and forth with the mic today. So sorry for that, but, we're going to make it work as always, right? And just move on, right? Keep doing things because you never quit. You just keep going. Don't ever look back. There's nothing back there. Nothing back there for you. But I appreciate you making the drive up, coming on the show, man. It means a lot to me. So how'd you get into the house scene?
Oh, when it comes to not so much house, but hardcore and hardstyle music, it really started off, I think, at heart, I'm a metalhead. And growing up as a kid, going to concerts with my dad, being surrounded by metal as an upbringing, hardcore has that same kind of vibe. Hardcore has that aggressive, grungy, in-your-face, just overall persona behind the genre. Very high energy, yeah. So with that, I think that's what really got me, led into it as why I really enjoy it. But what started me off was just, small-time clubs back in the day before I was even allowed to get in. Sneaking in with promoters. I won't name drop any clubs, but a lot of them used to be in Providence. They've changed names, whatever that looks like. But finding that heavy kick and the hard bass behind everything, I think that's what really sold me into diving into hardstyle.
Nice, man. Everyone, gravitates towards a genre. Like I was saying to you earlier, I say usually house to everybody because there's so many different genres. I mean, back in the day, it was just hard house. You know what I mean? And it's progressed so much from there. And so, but it all stems from, like you said, you're a metalhead, and that hard sound, you found it in electronic, part. So what made you then want to say, hey, I want to DJ? What brought you to that?
I really think that what really brought me to DJing at first was being surrounded by the community, being surrounded by that. And I hate to keep reiterating the word vibe, but that's the only word that really comes to mind. Is just the overall vibes and the love and the environment that is pertaining to the electronic community. And it starts with the people. Yep. So being a patron at heart and having a love for the community and for the environment at first is what drove me to want to start playing music and pick up and start trying to produce. I DJ more than I produce right now, but that might change in the future. I can name drop a bunch of friends that really got me into DJing and spinning music. I mean, Bobby Mello, for example. DGAF Fridays and Bass Wave and New Bedford is where it really all started. Yeah, but my homie DJ Lustistic as well. I mean, yeah. He's a huge staple in the Providence scene.
Nasty DJ.
Crazy on the breaks. Can literally play anything, but it's people like that gave me my first opportunities. And I was friends with before I even, bought players or a controller or anything that really got me into it.
That's awesome, man. It's important to have that surrounding, because you're only going to go where the people that you surround yourself are. There's that saying, if you
you are the friends you keep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
company you keep.
Yeah, company you keep. So being around someone negative all the time, you're going to be negative too. You know what I mean? Being around that vibe, that love, is contagious. And that's one of the biggest things in this scene, is just that vibe. It's all about that vibe. and that's why I love it. I'm sure many other people in the scene love it, and why you love it. So, you want to touch more on that?
Yeah, real quick. And just for further notion, I mean, I started picking up actual CDJs and these players probably 3-4 years ago at the longest. And lately, I mean, everybody's in a grind state. You know, you go to work, you go home, you go to work, you go home. So to find the time to do what you love is very hard. And honestly, if it wasn't for my fiance, I wouldn't have this passion further. There's been dry spells where everybody puts it down for a while, but she's been that reason why I just pick it back up and keep going.
That is extremely important. Extremely important. You know, because you're basically a musician, you know, and musician's life is not easy. You know, you're always practicing. You need to practice to get better. You know, you got to put that time in, you know, and all that work in. And you got to have somebody that's going to support you, you know, and hold it down and push you when you need those pushes. You know what I mean? And that's very important. So I'm happy for you. So you're the founder for Ravers by Ravers. Sorry. So, what's up? What's up with that?
So in short, by Ravers for Ravers was me and my boy Kyle, and our buddy Corey later on. But it was actually I co-founded it with him. It was a general idea, again, going back to the roots of the environment, for the people, by the people. Think of Toys R Us. I mean, I'm not trying to rip off Toys R Us, but they're a dead company now, so it's okay. But it's like for us, by you. You know, FUBU, same sort of concept. You know, by us, for us. By the Ravers, for the Ravers. So at heart, we had the community in mind. That's where it started. So we originated as just a Facebook page that was supposed to be a one-stop shop for all your local promotion. Yeah. If I'm pitching it to you like I'm trying to sell you, you know, sell me this pen. Yeah. But realistically, it grew further from there. We got into ideas of, you know, event production. We threw a couple handfuls of shows. Our very first show I had no part of. It fell in his lap, and it was a mess. You know, your first show is never 100%, you know, profitable. It's not a success, or it doesn't go easy. You know what I mean? Like it takes dedication and hard work to really make a production work. So we started off as a promotion crew, just sharing and spreading the word, because that's what promoting is all about. It's about getting it out there, about spreading the unknown. We were sharing events that probably had 20 people going in a basement in Providence, at a little dive bar. But you know, we tried to make it happen. And just help the community. That's where it really started. We threw a couple shows, and then from there, it really boiled down to, you know, funding and having the time. You know, everything boils down to having the time to put in the money and the effort to produce better and bigger. And in this generation now, with like you were talking about earlier, and commercialization and kind of mainstreaming in a way, it's very hard to be relevant. And keep up.
Yeah, it's definitely more commercialized. You know, that underground it's still there, but it's
now above ground, and everybody's aware of it.
Yeah, you know, and you can still find, you know, true underground places. It's just a lot harder nowadays, you know, and even the music itself, you know, you really have to, you know, basically getting it from, you know, the you know, the people that are producing it and stuff like that. You know, now you promote at Mosh Squad. You still do that?
So for a while, I worked as a producer on a collab of a couple albums with Mosh Squad and Austin Bishop, aka Murmur. Unfortunately, during COVID, they also had a big falling out with just, again, the music industry collapsed during those 2 years. Everybody took a hiatus. A lot of people couldn't come back from it. And unfortunately, that might still be on my Facebook resume. But I worked with Mosh Squad. My buddy Corey out of Fall River as well, aka Mass Produce. I brought him on one of my streams in the past. He also was on a collab album with Mosh Squad, which was really cool. Again, they were formed around heavy dubstep and heavy bass and stuff like that. That's what they really oriented around. But I mainly worked with them to help spread their New York shows and wherever they were promoting, a little further up north, and also worked on a compilation album. We did a Super Mario Brothers album, and I made a Captain Falcon track. This was years back. I mean, probably now about 5, 6 years ago.
Keep this on your resume because it's actually something that you've done a lot of work at.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely put in the time. My production skills weren't there, but I was still putting in the work to try. And then my boy Corey, he dropped an album with them as well for the compilation. So various artists, a bunch of different artists from the East Coast, West Coast, maybe even overseas. As a whole compilation, they did a Disney album, and he did a Alice in Wonderland Unbirthday track. And that thing went hard. I mean, I'm not here to just talk about myself, but he went hard on that. Maybe I can send that later on over to Facebook or something and get the old stuff relevant and back online.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I want to hear that.
But yeah, that's really where Mosh Squad really was with me, and pertaining to them. It was, again, just, spreading the word. I've worked with a lot of teams, just on a one-off, like, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. At the end of the day, that's exactly how our community works, and that's how we help each other.
And you're with AMF now.
Yeah, so mentioning AMF and Audio Manipulation Family, that stems back years as well, before AMF was even founded. Founders of AMF, obviously, Kunai, DJ Lucistic, and Big Red themselves, have graciously and kindly pulled me on, seeing my skill sets and my talents, and as a team, we're out for each other as well. And again, it just boils back down to community outreach and being there for each other to help each other and the individual grow, as a team and as a whole community.
Build off each other.
Exactly. So build off of each other, bounce ideas off of each other. We've been doing show production. Big Red's Bangin' Birthday Bash is coming up in a month and a half.
Yep.
So look forward to that. That's at
May 19th.
May 17th.
May 17th.
At Platforms Dance Club in Providence. It is Big Top themed and clown themed.
I didn't get that.
So wear your face paint, wear your red noses.
Sorry, right? I didn't get the picture up on OBS quick enough.
But yeah, so AMF has been great. We're still reaching newer heights. We're still trying to expand. Obviously, based on the streams and all the Twitch streams that you've seen, we have expanded to, drag your ass in too. But we've expanded to virtual DJ stages, and that's something that's taking the roof off of places and reaching new heights as well. Not to touch base too much on something else, but DJ Searle, who's a major happy hardcore artist here in the U.S., just did like a crazy virtual reality live stream. They had VR gloves and a headset on him to track like body movements and him playing. It was so crazy. Wow. You guys got to look into that. I'm not big into happy hardcore anymore when it comes to hardstyle, but that was nuts. Yeah, it was crazy. Like next gen, full VR. Like, you could have probably been to this rave on Oculus or PlayStation VR or Twitch VR. I mean, yeah, they mapped it. They mapped his whole body. They put him in front of a green screen. Like, they gave him a virtual, like a me character from Nintendo. I'm dead serious.
Yo, that's crazy. It's straight crazy. Like, the technology nowadays is just, it really is, like, off the charts on what you can do. Because, like, what they're able to do now with making people, like, in movies and stuff that are older, younger, without prosthetics. They put these, like, tiny markers on their face, right? And then the CGI... they did that for that movie. I can't think of the name of it.
Practically every movie.
With Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, the last movie that they did. That was the first time they used like this new technology to make people like actually look younger. And then like as the movie went on, they got older. It was just trying to have their body movements match their age was the hard part. Dude's like 90 something years old trying to kick a dude. It's like, yo, don't break a hip. Oh man, it's too funny. But the technology is really out of control. Like imagine that VR, green screen, virtual DJ, all that stuff. Virtual DJ is a video game, right? What would you say some of your best moments of being a DJ have been over the years? Or producer.
As a DJ and producer, as you reiterated, it's a tough one, honestly. I think some of my best moments definitely wasn't my very first gig. My very first gig was in a warehouse in Brockton at a metal show. Honestly, when I first started DJing and I got a controller, I showed up and I was like, yeah, I'm going to play a metal dubstep set. Like, what better way to incorporate what I love and everything? And that was not a highlight of my career. No, not at all. That was a disaster. I didn't train wreck. I didn't even get my opportunity, really. Their sound guy was so trashed, he knocked over the PA system and the mix board and then said, you guys fix it. If you want to play, you fix it. And I'm looking at a bunch of guitar cabinets, and you got a Behringer 40-channel mixer with like 50 different wires all cross-wired everywhere. I mean, they had wires running to the back of the room, to the front of the room. It was all over the floor. I was like, oh, if I can just get a left and right channel going, I'll play for a crowd of four. For a crowd of four, I think. It was dark. It was in a warehouse. Like, it was bad. But some of my best highlights, honestly, has just been my versatility. I mean, I played Sonic Mania for Tight Crew. I did an opening set for a lot of Bass House. Big Red also played that show, I believe. Besides that, I mean, I think it's just my growth. I wouldn't say any specific events that I've played are my highlights. I think it's really my growth that really will show tonight and today what I have to bring.
How you've grown.
Exactly. Like if I were to show you guys my mixes from 7 years ago, they're not that great. I mean, my song selection's good. I mean, that's a big part of DJing and music. Is song selection and knowing your crowd or knowing your kind of energy levels. But it really boils down to my growth as a whole over the past probably 7 years.
Nice. Oh, it is? Yeah. You want to shut that?
Yeah, you're good.
I'll pop it open if you get warm.
It'll be hot then freeze.
Yeah. All right. I mean, definitely lost course now, but yeah, shut the window. It's breezy out. So the growth. And if when DJs start too, and you start getting it, making mixes, you mix a certain way. And as time goes by, as that grows, your mixing style usually changes. So, they could still be great mixes. It's just the mixing style, because it's, as DJs, we're very particular about our mixes that we put out. We're perfectionists. We don't want to put anything, that has anything wrong out. That's just the way DJs are. But it's a different mixing style. So, it could be right on point, you know what I mean? And your mixing styles change. You're able to do things differently, and that's part of the growth system. You learn those other things as that time goes on, and being around other DJs. Like when I go to shows, I just watch like the DJ's hands. Just like they'll be looking at me like I'm just watching your hands. What the fuck? Not a creep thing. Sorry, So where do you think you see yourself in 5 years from now? Where would you like to see yourself?
Is this the part where I get the job?
Maybe.
Okay. um, I don't know. In 5 years, I'll be over 30. So I would like to have back to I mean, I'm 27. I'm gonna be 27 this year. So in 5 years, I'll be 32. I mean, 32.
I'm 40.
No, well, it's almost. Age is just a number, but in 5 years, honestly, I would really love to see like myself still a part of AMF. I would like to see all of us grow. I'd like to, but personally, like myself, I would like to have a residency. Like I want a reoccurring EDM night that isn't garbage. Nothing negative towards any scene or anywhere in the New England scene, but something that's consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's consistent. It's regular, but it's always bringing something fresh. And we had that. But times change, people change, venues say, we want to go in a different direction. That's fine. But overall, I would really like to see myself with a residency and somewhere, on a regular basis. So that way, I'm not just playing at home, because we all start in the bedroom.
Yeah.
We all start in the kitchen or, some people DJ in the bathroom. That's, your thing. There's a kid out in UK that rides bicycles and like they do like bike trains and like he's got CDJs or like a big RX strapped to him with a speaker strapped to his back, and just riding a bike. And yeah, he's famous, right? And it's not about the fame, but it's about like just exactly the creativity. And it's like, whoa, this is something different. It's like a flash mob, but you got like the techno Viking with you on the side of you running down the street like oomph, 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 oomph. And Terry Crews is somewhere in the way back like pop locking with the glow sticks as well. Like if we could have that vibe all the time and every day is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and we don't have to go to work tomorrow, that'd be prime.
I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. Definitely all for that. What kind of advice could you give, a new DJ, just coming in or producer, starting out, or maybe they've been doing a little bit but struggling? What kind of advice could you give those people?
I mean, it really depends on where their knowledge is at that point. But as an overall, I mean, as an overall, like, to anybody who's just starting out, don't limit yourself. We all do it as artists, or you're a chef. That's an artist. You're a painter. That's an artist. We're all artists in our own way. But when you limit yourself to one specific thing, or you're narrow-minded with, this has to be this way. Yep. I mean, exactly going back to looking at other players, looking at other DJs, and saying, well, this is how their style is. Maybe I can take away from this and try that out or something. I'm sorry. Yep. But as a newcomer, I think just learning the basics, learning how to beat match, learning not to use sync. Sync is a crutch. I'm not gonna lie. This is a whole conversation for the DJ world and debate for everybody. But sure, sync has its purposes, but it's a crutch when you're trying to be independent with your tracks. Yeah. If you use the sync button all the time on a controller or your players or whatever you're using, you're going to be dependent on that to beat match. That was where I had a fault when I first started playing, because I had a controller and a laptop. You're sitting there watching beat grids. A lot of people, especially the older gen and people who have started on older players that don't have waveforms and turntables and stuff, it's all by ear. Yeah. So that was my takeaway when I started watching other people. Just listen. Listen, make sure your BPM's right, and then phase it in yourself. Besides that, just don't limit yourself to one genre. Me personally, I love hardstyle and hardcore, but I play everything. Yep. Just like AMF, we're house to hardcore and everything in between.
Exactly. Well put. And open your mind to new things. Try new things, but don't ever give up. If you have the love for the music and love to DJ or produce, don't give up. don't, we can't just hop on a bike and ride it first time and, start doing wheelies and tricks. That shit takes years to do that stuff on a BMX. It goes for everything. You can't even crawl at first. You fall on your face. It takes time to learn to crawl. It takes time to learn how to walk. So you got to remember those things. Things take time, and once you get that beat match down, really down by ear, where you are not doing this at the screen.
They call that Serato face.
Serato phase. Or I call it beat matching phase too.
You're zoned.
Yeah, you're just zoned on the screen, and like, don't look at the screen, just and try it. Have faith in yourself. That's the other thing. Believe in yourself. If you start doubting yourself, then you're gonna feel doubt, and then it's just gonna train wreck. Exactly. If you gotta take a step back, take a step back, take a deep breath. I mean, I had to do that at friggin' Red's house yesterday. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I got off and went back on, and but you do what you gotta do, but don't ever, ever, ever give up. So, last question, and everybody gets this question. What has been the craziest party you have been to? Explain it, but without incriminating yourself.
I wouldn't have to incriminate myself, because I don't think I had any part in it. But
we can't incriminate anybody.
Okay, so no names, whatever.
Yeah.
But you put me on the spot with this one. But let me think. There's a lot of crazy parties that have happened. I think, all right, I wouldn't say like a wild party that just like got out of hand, but there's a few instances, like crazy events that happened during partying. I mean, this kid pre-gamed so hard at a hotel before an event in Providence that he practically stayed at the hotel the whole night and never made it. And when we got back, he was freaking out, trying to go to the party, thinking it was still on, and it was like 3 a.m. That's just something stupid. But I think the craziest party I've ever been to, again, no name drops, but I'm sure anybody watching, especially the AMF crew, probably know this party. But there's a warehouse party in a storage unit. This is years ago. And smoking was allowed, and I'm sitting there playing video games. They had a table set up with a game system and arcade. I'm like going ham on Miss Pac-Man. There's a DJ playing. We're all passing blunts around, smoking, whatever. The typical party scene. People are, hopped up and hyped up. And probably 3-4 hours in, chilling, whatever. All of a sudden, start hearing beeping. And I'm thinking, okay, it's part of the music, Like, how electronic music is? You get that beep in the background. It sounds like the flat line at the hospital, and the next thing you know, there's just heavy bass afterwards. Well, it kept going, and I was fucked up. Like, I was zoned into Miss Pac-Man. I've never gotten past level 8 in Miss Pac-Man, and I'm, like, at level 10. I'm, like, super zoned and focused. I got a tap on my shoulder, and they're like, yo, we gotta go. I'm like, what are you talking about? I look up, right? The whole party stopped. Nobody, like, informed me until last minute. Music stopped. I didn't even notice. I'm still playing Miss Pac-Man. Place is smoked out. The storage unit on the side of it, the smoke alarm went off. State police showed up and shut down the party. And I felt like I was the very last person to know. Like, I'm zoning in. It's a little embarrassing, but at the same time, I was like, okay, are we all getting arrested? Like, we smoked out a storage unit, like a U-Haul storage unit. Like the orange storage boxes you see on the side of that. Yeah, that was wild. And then there was an after party afterwards where someone broke a couch. Like I don't know what happened, but people got so wild they started wrestling on the couch or whatever, and it broke, collapsed right down the middle.
That's awesome. So what's up? You ready to go ham on this or what? You ready? You guys ready to hear Exzackto bring the hardcore styles to the Mixed Up Mike Show? Thank you, each and every one of you guys, for tuning in. We're going to get this music going. Let's get it.
Place wrecking, all the way to bitch smacking, brain cracking, place wrecking, feel the shit for just a second, brain cracking, place wrecking, all the way to bitch smacking, brain cracking, place wrecking. Place
Alright, yo, 1 2 1 2. Yo, this is what I love and can't stop loving. Get wasted at parties from 9 till 7 in the morning. I live for the music, rolling blunts, feeling high, getting loaded, or take some pills and go to La La Land. Spending all my money on dope and extreme high price tickets, but in the end it's all worth it. I like to live in my own world. Fuck regular life, fuck a 9 to 5 job. I'm told to enjoy every moment, every hour, every minute. That's what I do on Fridays and Saturdays. Why should I take life so seriously? I just want to do what I like to do, be it far from reality, cause I can't stand society. It's my own world, I just want to hear the music. I think the whole system fucking sucks. Everybody's working their fucking ass off during the week, getting totally fucking stressed out. So what's wrong and what's right? I live for the weekend. I live for hard styles. I live for hard style, baby. Come on, let's go. Hard style, baby.
Maturity. So you give like a 7-year-old acid, but they wouldn't. They're not mature enough to understand. I was about 11. So if the 11-year-old is mature, you can give it 11. You can potentially have an 11-year-old tripping. It's not about age. It's about maturity. And so it's about, do you understand what you're asking for?
Like a candy, I'm the I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the I'm the I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid kid. I'm so sour like a candy, I'm the acid k candy, nothing can kill me. I'm so sour like a candy.
from me, mind, taking my girl 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 from me, mind.
losing this lack of self-control. I fear is never ending. Controlling, I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure. Inside me that something inside me that something inside me that something inside me that goes beneath the surface. Something inside me that something inside me that something inside me that goes. Discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting against my will. I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure.
Yo, give it up for Exzackto! Let's go! Come on, give it up!
We can have a nice time, kids. We can have a nice time, kids.
Whoa, wait a minute, Jesus Christ. Your mom and DJ Hardtech, sisters, motherfucking beat us nos. Back in the day, them Twinkies didn't wanna believe in us. Little did they know that they was in for the motherfucking big surprise. Left on, locked in my Zep zone.
Ready for the test, yo?
What the fuck, I guess so. Hit the overseas, want the fucking heads get blown. Get everything for free like Dr. Dre Beats headphones. When I get home, I lounge on my Zep phone, make mama me happy cause I get so paid. Taking my money, rapping over techno, Dave. I can take it on the world, let's go, babe. When I step up and do my thing, I put you in the thrones. What's that motherfucking click, got it going on. Fuck what you think, I do what I want. I can make a million, little motherfuckers jump. Jump, motherfucking jump, motherfucking 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump.
We can have a nice time, kids. We can have a nice time, kids. So what's Jesus?
It up. Give it up, give it up, give it up for Exzackto. He is bringing it. He is going ham. Spam them emojis. Fill the screen up. Let's go.
I'ma put it down, bunny, down, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down. I'ma put it down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down. I'ma put it down, bunny, down, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down. I'ma put it down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, bunny, down, down.
Let's switch that. fuck, I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell. Fuck, I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell.
my motherfucking dick.
attempt to leave the dance floor. The DJ booth is conducting a troubleshoot test of the entire system. Somehow, while the party was in progress, an unidentified frequency has been existing in the system for some time. And while many of you have been made too brainwashed to comprehend, this frequency is and has become a threat to our society as we know it.
gift of God bestowed upon only one species, us.
I will walk into a court while they black screaming, yes, I am guilty, motherfuckers, I am death. Nobody speak, nobody get
Country road, take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road. Country road, take me home to a place I belong. Mountain mama, take me home. Country road, country road, take me home to a place.
I told you I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day to become a victor and not a victim. I have standards. I have values. I don't care how much you pay me. I chose to do that because I try, give 120%, or don't do it. And that's the problem with some of you. Now let me say this before I move forward, and I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win, and losers lose. I stopped being a victim, and I said, I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to learn. I'm going to press toward. You might be taller than me. You might be bigger than me. You might be stronger than me, but I'm coming, and I'd rather die trying. I'd rather die trying. Here I come.
into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned, the damned, the damned?
Don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away, it's so unreal. I'm gonna look out below, watch your time go right out the window.
Yo, give it up for Exzackto. Let's go, let's go. Give it up for him. Been laying those tracks down like a mofo. Straight gas.
I had to fall to I tried so hard and got so far. It doesn't even
Only on the Mixed-Up-Mike Show, the only show that brings you both live interviews and live DJ sets in one place. Let's give it up for Exzackto, everybody. I also want to thank everybody, each and every single one of you in the stream. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. If you want to check out that link, check out your merch. You can get your beanies, your hoodies, your t-shirts, your gym shorts, regular sweaters, jackets. I'm trying to find a way to get panties and boxes. Oh shit. Let's go.
I'ma be a raver till the motherfucking day I die.
Yo, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Yo, if Big Red models those fucking panties, I might just buy them for myself.
I'm working on it. I gotta try to find someone that'll make Mixed-Up-Mike Show panties. Maybe get them edible. You know, you never know. But no, if you want to support the stream, get that merch. Get that merch. Got my kids wearing it now. One daughter said she didn't want it until she seen her sister wearing a shirt. Now she's like, Dad, I want my merch. Like, what? You hated it before. You didn't care, but now she's got one. You want a shirt. Yo, next Sunday, we got Timology coming on the show. Yeah. Another AMF DJ. And then next month, Toasty will be on the show. Then the only person I have left, I believe, is Kunai. Which I'm going to have to get him when he comes up here. Have to get like a quick jump-in show or something like that. You know, maybe on scene.
Maybe we could get him like an impromptu setup either here or... Exactly. So... fuck around and find out. Thank you all for tuning in. My name again is Exzackto. Big ups to my AMF fam, audio manipulation family, Mixed-Up-Mike Show. My fiance, my dad, my friends, anybody who's chilling in here still. Thank you all for tuning in. And then you'll see me probably Wednesdays or Sundays on my own stream.
Definitely. Keep it locked too. Keep those notifications on. You got High Rise Sunday coming up soon. And if you're going to be in the area up in Portland, April 15th, I am celebrating 1 year of the Mixed-Up-Mike Show. So this was just an idea. And I looked around and I found a couple podcasts for, you know, the EDM scene. But I didn't find a show that had both included. Like, yeah, it's great to like have somebody and talk to somebody, but I want to hear him play after, right? A lot of people want to hear him play after. Well, there was no show like that, so I figured, fuck it, let's go. And started that about 14 months ago. Haven't had a repeat DJ yet. Thank God for that, you know, and things are going great. I can't wait. So this show right here is 1 year of shows in one night. starting at 7 o'clock. We got 10 DJs, half-hour sets, special guest MC. Big Red's on this lineup, too. We got Kid Cool. He's in the chat. He's on the lineup. So this party right here is for the community. Everything I do is for the community. My group page is for the community. That's where you can post your mixes, network, post your events, all that stuff. This way everyone can see it that's in the group. And, you know, everyone knows what I do. I like to highlight, spotlight other artists in New England. If they're from Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, doesn't matter where you're from. I've interviewed people that have never played out of their bedroom to international. It doesn't matter who you are because you have talent. You know, you practice, you put that work in, you have talent. And I know I'm working on getting DJ Apple Juice on the show very soon. So April 15th, man, get that locked on your calendar. I hope to see a lot of you faces up there for this show. First 25 people through the door will be receiving a free gift just for a token out of my appreciation for coming and supporting. And next Sunday on the Mixed-Up-Mike Show, we have Timology. You're not going to want to miss that one because, man, Tim can really lay it down, man. He tries to play that, game, and then he gets on the decks, and I'm just like, here's the motherfucker. He's like the guy you play pool with. Goes, oh, I don't play pool that much, and then runs the table on you. You know what I mean? That's what you do? That's awesome. But no, can't wait. Keep it locked, man. Shout out to AMF. Shout out to Soul Speed. This is another handy production. Entertainment for you. The Mixed-Up-Mike Show. Peace. Till next time. Drop 'em with the beat. I'm out. We out. See you on the other side. Thank you, everybody, once again, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being in the stream. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. If you cheered bits and I didn't see it, I'm sorry, or anything like that. If I didn't see it, I apologize. But much love to each and every single one of you, and I wish everybody the best. Thank you.
And now you're right outside it. My loneliness is killing me. Now I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with
Tim,
you, I lose my
I appreciate it. Can't wait to sit down with you next week.
My loneliness is killing me. And I now must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Now I must confess, I still believe. Oh, baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blind.